Relatives of two men who remain missing following the Shoreham air crash have made appeals to trace them. 4 victims have been named by friends or family, and the names of 2 others who are missing have emerged. Police believe it is likely 11 people died. Daniele Polito, named as one of those missing, was in the same car as Matt Jones, who is known to have died. The other, Mark Trussler, is thought to have been riding his motorbike on the A27 when the plane crashed on Saturday. Sussex Police has said more than 200 people had reported concerns for missing relatives or friends since the crash involving a jet taking part in an airshow display. Mr. Polito's family and friends have used social media to say he was in the same car as Mr. Jones. Marina Polito, believed to be his sister, stressed on Facebook however that nothing has been confirmed that Daniele is gone. Mr. Trussler's fiancée, Giovanna Chirico, has also appealed on social media to ask if anyone had seen or heard from him. A picture of the couple has been shared online with the message, "Mark Trussler, missing, was riding an all-black motorbike. If anyone has any details please contact Giovanna Chirico. He was at Shoreham Airport today, hoping he just doesn't have mobile signal. Love you babex." Mr. Jones, 24, a personal trainer, was named by his sister Becky on Facebook as one of the dead. Worthing United players Jacob Silt, 23, and Matthew Grimstone, also 23, are thought to have been travelling in the same car when it was struck as air display pilot Andy Hill's 1950s Hawker Hunter jet crashed onto the A27 West Sussex Coastal Trunk Road before exploding. The 4th victim was former Hampshire police officer Maurice Abrahams, 76, who was driving a Daimler limousine to a wedding at the time of the crash. West Sussex coroner Penny Schofield warned that identifying those who died would be a slow and painstaking operation, saying it may take several weeks before investigations were complete. More than 1,000 people have signed an online book of condolence as the community comes to terms with what they have seen. West Sussex County Council leader Louise Goldsmith said more than 20,000 people were at the airshow and the incident affected local people and those further afield. She said the tributes and the sight of people walking quietly up the road with flowers had been incredibly moving. Reading those messages, it is clear to me that the instinct to protect stretches far beyond our immediate family. It stretches in sorrow to those we have never met but who we know are suffering, she said. The work to rebuild will take some time, so it is reassuring to know the community is pulling together at a time of great need. Council staff had cancelled leave and spent several days at Worthing Hospital helping and supporting people. Near the crash site, local shops sent socks to soaked emergency workers with food and drink provisions, and Brighton and Hove Albion Football Club offered their training ground as an emergency base. The Reverend Jonathan Baldwin said incidents like the air crash were not expected in a day's work for police. They're trained, yes, but they're still humans. And when you get devastation like that, it's appalling. A children's charity urged parents to watch their youngsters for reaction signs such as anxiety, lack of confidence and behavioral changes, and to answer their questions openly and honestly. Mary Ryder, from Sussex-based Winston's Wish, said, "For children the world suddenly looks like a much more dangerous place and shakes their feelings of safety." Much of what had happened looked like a scene from a disaster movie, she said, but it was important to talk and explain this was a real-life event. An online community fund set up as a spontaneous and immediate way to help people affected now stands at more than £11,000. While local fundraising events have ranged from raffles to ribbon sales. Kevin Richmond, from the Sussex Community Foundation, said money raised by the online fund would be used to help the families of those who had died and people injured, and some of it could potentially be used to create a memorial. Mr. Hill failed to complete a loop maneuver immediately before the jet plummeted to the ground, crashing into traffic on the A27. He remains in a critical but stable condition in hospital. At the crash scene, police operations continued to remove debris and vehicles and carry out forensic examinations. The Air Accidents Investigation Branch work to recover the jet wreckage and any other plane parts has drawn to a close. Organizers of the air show cancelled the remainder of the event but also defended their safety record. The Civil Aviation Authority, CAR, has brought in new restrictions on vintage jets in air displays,